everybody. Welcome back to Big Things Kentucky, Season 2, Episode 50, Coach.
What's going on, man? I'm Coach Bew. My man, Coach T behind the camera. Jay Tall's on assignment. Coach Truck, what's good, brother?
Man, not much, Coach. We got any good 50s? I know you got
All right, Coach. Here you go. Hit the drum roll. We got David Robinson, a.k.a. the Admiral.
Okay.
Came to Lexington and represented and put up 50 on the Wildcats back in the late 80s. We got, of course, Mike Singletary, the second best middle linebacker to ever play the game.
Second best?
Yeah, behind Patrick Willis of the San Francisco 49ers. He retired early, though, but it's Mike Singletary.
You didn't even put Ray Lewis there. You didn't put Patrick Willis?
Ray's all right. We got Jamie Moyer from Major League Baseball. Coach, you got to do research on this one. Not sure what team he played for. Then we got my guy, Greg Anthony from the Running Rebels. Played for New York Knicks. Okay. He is father of the great Cole Anthony, current North Carolina superstar.
We talking about North Carolina? Are we opening that door?
Number 50 is Coach.
We gonna open that door?
You heard this thing on here? Look here.
All right.
We are going to run the table.
Whoa! Don't do this.
This is coming out Wednesday.
Yes.
The first game's Tuesday, which will be after this comes out. We will run the table and win the ACC tournament.
And y'all going dancing.
We're going dancing, baby. It might not last long, but we're going dancing.
All right, Coach.
Yeah.
Well, man, speaking of dancing, this is today. Speaking of dancing, Coach, we got the girls Sweet16. And to help us get through this, we brought in two great coaches from the area. We got Coach Glenn Wilson, who's first year with the Great Crossing Warhawks, and Coach Eric Sanford, coach of the Henry Clay Blue Devils. All right, y'all. For the girls Sweet16, we brought on Coach Wilson, head coach, first year head coach, Great Crossing High School. Been in the game, 24 years, you told something like that? Yes, sir. Then we got my man from Henry Clay, Coach Sanford. Coach, man, we had a rough year this year. You know, I know you know, normally, we're not used to being out of the district tournament so early. But that's all right, Coach, I understand.
Right. Yeah, it happens.
I got a feeling what happened, though. You looked to the end of the table there, he started riding with y'all. The wheels started falling off. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, some people got rabbit's foot, some people got rat feet. I'm just saying.
This is my 12th year. I spent 3 as an assistant and my 9th year as head coach.
So, Coach, man, how was your first year? How did everything go like you wanted it to this year?
We finished 16-16, man, for the first year, and what we had coming over very young youth, and the schedule that we had to finish 16-16, I was very happy, very thrilled.
All right. Now, Coach Sanford, man, like I said, Coach Shea, it wasn't quite the year you wanted, right. But as you say, you're a very young team. You played a tough schedule, and the whole city was young. So, what are your expectations? Well, how do you rate the season, and what's your expectation for next season?
I think we did okay. Honestly, if you looked at our statistically, we didn't look very good. We didn't have a kid average double figures all year. Yeah, and, we still managed to win 12 games in a very tough 11th region. And we played a tough schedule. So, I'm proud of my girls. I think we needed this year to learn from that. So I think that they're ready. They're already texting me, like, when can we get back in the gym? So that's a good thing. So we'll see. We're going to put in more work and do what we do.
Coaches, now, our region, the 11th region, our champion was Franklin County. Now, Coach, you played Franklin County 3 times. You give me a break, huh? Now, and Coach, you played Franklin County too. Okay, break down the girls, man. How does our region representatives look as far as you think for this tournament?
I think our region is pretty tough, man. You got Franklin County, Brooklyn Miles, Patience Lester, man. Those are 2 of the best players in the state of Kentucky, and they underclassmen too. You got sophomore and junior. Brooklyn's probably one of the best point guards in the state. They're very tough, well coached. Joy Thacker's been around for a while. Yeah. He's gonna have a good plan for Anderson County, and I think if they can get everybody on the same page and they come out and just stick to that game plan, they'll be fine.
Now, Coach, man, what's the biggest obstacle of getting ready and getting through this Sweet 16?
Well, number one, you just got to keep the kids just focused, man, all week long. Especially if the girls play the first week, it's not as bad. But if you got to wait that second week and play, and everything's transformation from being in the hotel rooms and sticking around and doing things like that. So start keeping the kids focused and just come out and get that first game under your belt like any other tournament, like district or region. you got to win that first game. That first game was always tough.
Now I know they going to Rupp Arena. Is that something that the girls look forward to? Is that something you can use to kind of like motivate them?
Oh yeah, they was very excited last couple of years. 2 years ago it was at Northern Kentucky, and last year it was at Rupp Arena. So they were very excited to go in there at Rupp Arena because that's where the boys play at. So that's where they want to play as well. Right. So yeah, it was very excited playing there. Be back in the locker rooms and stuff.
Let's break down the matchups right now. Let's go through the first round of games that are coming up. Coach, what we got going on first?
Okay, first in that top bracket, we found out Ryle took their region. So it'll be Ryle taking on Letcher County Central. What do you think about that matchup, Coach? Ryle's got to be one of the favorites coming into the season.
Absolutely. They got the best player in the state. And I think Maddie Shearer should go on to women's basketball. She impacts the game in so many ways. I mean, she does it on both ends of the floor. She can score at all three levels. I mean, she's not going to Oregon for no reason. So, I mean, she's very tough. I think they'll have a hard time handling her, but I think Ryle pulls away easily.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with Coach. I mean, she'll be Miss Kentucky basketball.
You think so?
Yeah, I think she will.
Well, they say it's between her and your girl from Sacred Heart.
And Toller.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Toller's don't get me wrong, Toller's tough too. Mm-hmm. She's going to Kentucky, but I think Toller is still. I don't think she's 100%. Now I think after two knee injuries, and she's on a very good Sacred Heart team, very well coached. They got a ton of good players, but as far as individual play, I would give it to Shearer because she's been consistent for the past, since she's in high school.
Yeah, she's been doing it since she was a freshman. Dominating.
Mm-hmm. Next game up, Coach, is E-Town and Bullitt East. Gentlemen, what we got in this game? What you like in this game? Coach Sanford, start off.
Oh, man, that's a tough one, man. E-Town's up-tempo, but I think Bullitt East is very disciplined defensively. I'm gonna go ahead and give it to E-Town. I think E-Town's got a lot of weapons. I think their style on that open floor is gonna give Bullitt East some problems, and I think they'll pull away late.
Now, the E-Town style you speak of, is that something you normally don't see in girls basketball?
Well, yeah. Well, as of lately, I mean, Coach can attest to that. They get up and down. Yeah. So, I mean, you're seeing a lot more skilled girls, and especially with shooting the three, it's very popular. So, yeah, teams press and go, man.
That's pretty good.
And we played E-Town over this year, and they were, guys, they was clicking on all cylinders. They have a point guard, they got people to shoot, inside play, they're athletic. I'm agreeing with Coach. I believe E-Town will be the one to take it. I haven't seen Bullitt East play, but like Coach was saying, they're a very well-coached, well-disciplined team. So it'll be a good matchup, but I give the edge to E-Town.
Coach, first off, we move on to the next game. I got to ask, who's making your schedule?
I was finna ask you the same question. You got the job, right?
You should ask me to the job. Hey, man, who I got? Nah, I'm good. I'm staying assistant over here.
Right, it was my athletic director. I scheduled all except 2 games. I get scheduled 2 games. Of course, we got the same schedule next year too. So we played. We had a heck of a schedule.
Yeah,
that's a mental toughness test.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, Coach, you brought up something. You talked about the open floor. How big of a difference is playing on that floor versus all season on the high school floor versus that college floor? Does it make a difference?
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, it's longer. Mm-hmm. So it makes a little bit difference. It's longer. Got a little bit more space. You can space out a little bit. I think it's a little bit more advantage to the offense. You can space them out a little bit more. If you're not in shape, it's going to hurt you big time. It'll hurt you big time if you're not in shape.
No, I think it forces players to really guard. Because, you get a good guard out there, and they can really space you out and create lanes and shots for other people. So you really got to guard on that, on that bigger floor, and you can expose some things that people typically wouldn't see on the high school floor. So, yeah, it makes a difference.
Well, you saw it in Franklin County, Scott County.
Yeah, absolutely.
They was able to push the ball out there, take their time, kind of slow it down a little bit, and they couldn't do anything.
And Brooklyn was like, she pretty much had an open lane where she
exactly.
wanted to go.
And the ball straight to the rim.
That was something special right there. Yeah. All right, Coach. Next, we got Casey County in the bottom half of the top bracket. We got Casey County taking on Pikeville.
Casey County. I haven't seen them play, but we played a team they played against. I seen them on film. We played Rock Castle. Mm-hmm. And Rock House was tough too. But Casey County, very skilled, not as athletic, but they just do everything right. And they play hard, well coached. So, I got to give the advantage to Casey County on that.
Casey came out with the 12th, which is not that's the 12 years past has been really tough, with Mercer and Southwestern, who came out there last year. I think that's who they beat to win it this year. But Casey County's got a very special group. They're seasoned. But Coach Orm out in Pikeville, she does a good job. She's got two bigs that are pretty tough. But I think Casey County shoots it too well from the outside, and they've got a very solid team. So I'm going to go with Casey County on this one.
And we talked about Franklin County and Anderson County. So out of these teams, who do you think probably would be the favorite to come out of this top part of this bracket?
Oh, you got to go with the defending champs. Just my opinion. Just, they've been there. They've got a group that's been there. On that big floor, the lights get big.
Yes, sir.
And, that stage is huge, and you got to perform. It's different. So they've got a leader with Shearer, and I think they would be the favorite. Now, they can be beat. But I think they would be the favorite to come out top.
Yeah, I agree with Coach. I think Rowell will probably be the one to come out as favorite. They kind of struggled a little bit in the year, but here lately, last district time, before district, they're starting to play well. Put it all together, and like I said, they've been there before. That's the team to beat.
Mm-hmm. Well, Coach, I'm going outside this. Who's your dark horse in this? Who's the team you think can upset Rowell to get to this championship game?
I'm going to say the winner of the Franklin Anderson or Casey County. It's going to be mine. Anderson's one of those teams. They have a nice player in Amir Jenkins, but they've got a core that's been together and played together for a while.
Now, Jenkins personally.
Yeah, I know Jenkins personally.
Kind of left from your program.
Yeah. She, was a starter for us last year, and, just transferred. And, we wish players the best whenever they make transitions. But, she's definitely a difference maker for this team on Anderson County. However, Joey Thacker, knowing him, man, he's probably watched film for the past month on him. So he's figuring out a way to beat them. So I would say the winner of that game or Casey County, again, another seasoned team that could possibly come out of the top bracket.
Again, I agree with Coach again. Frank County Anderson come out of there. He's right about Coach Thacker. Every time we look up, he was playing. We've seen him in every game.
Yeah.
Like, man, this guy's man. It's our first year. Come on, man. He's everything. He'll make sure those kids are well prepared. But, either Casey, Franklin, Anderson, one of those will come up out of there to go against Rowell.
Now we're at the bottom half of the bracket here. We got Marshall County and Henderson County. It's the first game up. Who you like in this one?
Just based off of my past experience in knowing teams, I've seen Henderson up here before. They've come to Lexington before, like the Lexington Catholic tournaments, and they usually keep some athletes down there, and they've had some pretty good players come out of Henderson. So I'm gonna go with Henderson on that one.
Who you got, Coach Wilson?
I agree with Coach. I think Henderson County, they got the athletes. And Marshall, they're very athletic. Not very athletic, but very skilled, well coached. So that's gonna be a good matchup. But I'll give the edge to Henderson County.
Then we got Bowling Green and Russell.
Bowling Green, I think, will come up out of there. They're always very athletic and skilled. Every year you look up, they always make it to Sweet 16. I give the edge to Bowling Green, very well coached team.
Yeah, Bowling Green seems as if they've dominated. What's that, Region 4? They're always in the talks of winning that region, and they got there, and I think they'll continue to roll. Although I saw Russell one time this year, they are no slouch by no means. So it'll be a tough one, but I think Bowling Green will take them, edge them out.
All right, Coach Sanford, our next game up, we got South Louisville versus probably one of the favorites, Sacred Heart. In the next game.
Yes.
Well, you see somebody salivating that I Sacred Heart fan.
We winning, we ride now. We got GRC though. That's gonna be hard.
Coach Sanford, tell us about Sacred Heart, man.
Man, what do you need to know? They got one of the best players in the state on the team. As well as a great supporting cast. They've been consistent all year. even when Tola was out, they were still tough. Now that they've got her back and she's played so many games with her crew, they're gonna be tough to beat. But Coach Souter and South Laurel, man, they got some scores as well. So I think this is the premier game of the tournament right here. That first round match. That'll be, I think I'm gonna make that one for, because that's a noon game. So I may try to make that one for work.
I think it's going to be another great game too, man. Sacred Hearts has always been good. Last year they got knocked out and they didn't get the chance to make it there, and I think they on a revenge to get there. The injuries killed them last year.
Yeah,
but Coach Sauter, like you said, in the South Florida, he's been there before with Mercer County, won a couple championships. Yeah. So you got to watch out for them. Owensboro Catholic, they knocked Scott County out last year. Yeah. So they always, very skilled, tall, lean girls. Yeah, they can play very well. Yes. But like you said, I got to go with my boy too, Coach Graham over there. He's always like when he get his teams there, he's always finding a way to win a couple games, find his way in the Final Four. Right. Yeah, he gets up and down. They play 2-2-1, full court man to man, get out. You got kids that can shoot. What's it, Idaho? Idaho. Yeah. She can score. I mean, she's probably one of the best players in the state.
Definitely.
All right, coaches. Any favorites out of this bracket here?
Gotta go with Sacred Heart. That Sacred Heart GRC game gotta play. Well, we'll see. In South Florida, got saying that too, but I don't think they can hang with us though.
Go ahead, Coach. Go ahead, Coach Sam. Who you like out of this?
I would say Sacred Heart. I think they are the favorite. They've been number one in the season. Majority of the season, I would say, and so I think they're the favorite to come out.
Yeah, I agree with them. It got to be Sacred Heart. I think they'd be the favorite, but you got to watch out for GRC.
Yeah.
So is GRC your dark horse?
Yes,
so
definitely.
Yes.
GRC and I don't know, maybe Bowling Green. They could potentially be a dark horse as well.
Well, man, Coach Sanford, really appreciate you sitting down with us today. Coach Wilson, pleasure meeting you, man. Wish y'all both nothing but success in the coming years. All right, Coach, man, we also got blessed with the opportunity to interview Ryan Montgomery and Carlos Collins. Coach, probably one of the biggest trainers in the city of Louisville, the state. He has hands on a lot of kids that come through here. Mm-hmm. Coach, both of them just sitting down for the Kentuckiana Alliance to talk about their upcoming camps, the 27th and 30th. Here's that interview. We're here with the gentlemen of Kentuckiana Alliance athletes. We got my guy Ryan Montgomery, Coach Lowe's down there, Carlos, who does a little bit of everything, a little training. Hey, man, we appreciate you guys sitting down with us tonight, man. Talk about what you got going on.
No problem. I appreciate y'all. Here in a couple of weeks, March 27th, we'll be having a Bluegrass football showcase here in Lexington. And then a couple of days later, we'll be having another Bluegrass football showcase in Louisville, Kentucky as well. And it just mainly just an opportunity for student athletes in the state and the Kentuckiana, and have an opportunity to come out to get a little bit of early work, get some exposure, meet some different coaches as well. And then for the parents, we also have a recruiting seminar going on at the same exact time for them to learn more about the recruitment process and how it works.
Now, I know I saw somewhere where y'all are going to have electronic 40s. I love me some electronic 40s because, a lot of people go to one of these combines, that's kind of real prominent. It's early in the year, and they do 4.3s, 4.2s, you know what I'm saying? Then they show up at the Nike combine, and they have a little different tags.
Yeah.
So I like that, the fact that, kids will actually see their real electronic times because it's a big difference.
Yeah, the reason we decided to do laser 40s because it's mainly for the coaches. Because when we put the players and student athletes on a profile, and they ask for their 40 time, they have some accurate information as far as the 40s. They can judge themselves. So when they show up at the camps, during the summer, they have a little bit of background what these kids supposedly going to run or close to what they need to run in order to judge potentially if they won't get the opportunity to play at their university.
But the showcase again is $10, and it's for the T-shirt and the food. And believe me, when they get the food, it's gonna be like, okay, I paid $10 for this. Yeah, we're not gonna give you a ham sandwich and a juicy juice. You know what I'm saying? We give you a real meal.
So this will be taking place March 27th at Bryan Station for grades 9 through 12.
Yes, sir.
Correct. I can contact you guys to register for the camp.
Yes, sir.
And it's $10 per kid, y'all. Don't get signed up. Come on out.
Man, I Also, if you could donate to this, man, it's like these two gentlemen, along with their team, is doing something great, man. Donate to them. Reach out to both of them. They're both on Twitter, Facebook, whatever. Reach out to them. You got a small donate, anything to help. Where can they find you at, Los?
They can follow me at P2P Sports Academy on my Twitter. Email me at p2pprep@gmail.com. We talk about anything regarding the 707. Talk about anything as far as training. Anything talking about recruiting. Anything we can probably help you guys out on to help you get reach the goal everybody's trying to strive for. So we'll talk about the bus tours too.
Oh, yeah. Go, you talking about that too, yeah. Ryan, can they find you at? Well,
my email address is basically Ryan T Montgomery 14@gmail.com. You can find me on Twitter at Coach One Time. The time is spelled TYME. And if you don't see me on Twitter, believe me, you will, because I tweet out almost every single day. I'm tweeting out something, but that's how you can find me. And just like Lo said, man, you reach out and you can contact me about anything as far as recruiting process, camps, anything like that. Any information I can share, I'm willing to share it.
now the bus tour, y'all have that going getting this year. You have it
Yeah.
when is that? Have you made dates arrangements for that?
Yeah, the bus tour is official. We finally worked out everything as far as where we're going to go. That's going to run June 3rd through we're going to say June 8th right now. We're still working on the final details for the last part of it. The camps we're going to go visit will be Southern Illinois, the Lindenwood Mega Camp. Then we'll go down to Georgia State, do their mega camp. Then we're going to drive up to Middle Tennessee and do their camp. The biggest thing is, football doesn't last for everybody. You know what I'm saying? So you want to learn about the environment. You want to learn where you're going to come from, where you're going to go, whatnot. So the biggest thing we're trying to do is give everything with it. And you know what I'm saying? So,
man, gentlemen, we really appreciate you all doing for the community of Lexington and Louisville. And we appreciate taking time out sitting down with us.
All right, man, it's still time. Sign up for these, especially Lexington, baby. Come on, I want y'all to show up and show out and let everybody know we for real, baby. We got electronic 40s. Let's get a couple 4.3s out there. I know some of y'all got it. Come on now. Come on, baby.
Man, I know a lot of y'all football players playing baseball. Please get there, man. This is a great opportunity to get seen, man. These gentlemen,
$10.
These gentlemen and the people with them are doing what they can to get Kentucky kids on the map. Lexington, we need this. A lot of talent that goes unseen, unheard of. We blessed with guys like Devin Neal that's going to Baylor. We got the Walker Parks, but there's some of you cats under the radar that they need to get a chance to see. So this is your opportunity. Please get there.
All right, Coach, man. Another great show, Coach.
And as always, man, make sure you be a living donor. I'm Coach Bew, my main man, Coach T behind the camera, Jay Tall on Simon, Coach Truck.
Hey.